Glad you could make it. It's all rainy, but it's nice and toasty in here. So let's just settle in. Get our minds. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know that you are God. Be still and know that you are. Be still and know that you are God. Be still and know. Be still and know that we are God. Be still and know that we are. Be still and know that we are God. Be still and know.
In the stillness, there is one. And that one is each one here. Each one. The power of one. The grace and healing of one. The voice of one. That presence is now. That presence is all that can be, all that is, and all that we are. And this service is blessed with the celebration of one, the power of one, the knowing of one. And we are blessed. And so it is.
So it is. Thank you, Janie. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Janie. Thank you. Welcome. Hello, CSL TV. It's raining outside, but it's warm in here. We have boots on. I love that we're a community where we can wear flip-flops, like Michael. We can wear boots. And, we just come together as a family because we are CSL TV. And so welcome to those online. Thank you for joining us via Facebook Live. How good it is to come together in a community where we are one. And where we remember we are one. And I certainly know it when I go to the social hall after service and we are buzzing and eating and communing together as one. It is good. So welcome. My name is Reverend Charlene. I am honored and blessed to be here together with us, community. CSL TV is an open, honoring, inclusive community where we come together just to remember, to be ourselves and to sing our song. And that's what we're talking about today, is our own internal song and just living out loud who we are. And when we do that, we're like a flame, and that which we are attracting comes to us because we're living who we are. So I am just so happy and pleased we get to experience this together as one. So thank you for being here. We've got the CSL TV band. I'm super excited. Yes. Joanna and Mike and Kim leading us today in song and fellowship. So how good it is. So we're going to start, as we do, with our congregational song. So Joanna and Mike and Jim will lead us in this. And I'll turn off my mic so I don't sing to you.
Oh, we want everyone to sing, though.
We do. Just only Joanna on the mic. Yeah.
All right. And I feel the Spirit down in my soul. I feel the Spirit down in my soul. I feel the Spirit down in my soul. And the whole wide world is mine. Come on now. I feel the love down in my soul. I feel the love down in my soul. I feel the love down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. Let's do it one more time. I feel the Spirit down in my soul. Come on. I feel the Spirit down in my soul. Can you feel it? I feel the Spirit down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home.
I like that song. It takes me like I'm glad she does it over and over again because I take that first chorus, it takes me to get into the groove of it. So thank you. That is lovely. All right. So we're having our moment of gratitude, grace, goodness, whatever G word I put in there. So this morning I wanted to talk about good news. And I just love how Spirit works because I had some good news for myself, which I'll share. But I wanted to start with good news about this one. This one. So I'm like, what's up with you? And he's like, oh, no, nothing. And then he says, he plants this one on me. He says, well, I did get married this week. His beloved of 10 years, went down to the courthouse this week and celebrated their love and honored it and wrote the contract. Congratulations. We love you, Mike. Yeah, what day was it? Monday of last week. Wow. So now we get to celebrate some good news here together. So thank you for sharing that, dropping that little tidbit. So my good news is, some of you know, and some of you may not know, I donated my left kidney to a gentleman named Kevin in September. And it's been fine, but it was kind of weighing on me, like, is everything okay? You know, I feel something and I'm like, oh, it's something's wrong, right? And so I had my lab work done a week and a half ago, and all my numbers are more than normal. So my good news is my right kidney, my mighty bean, is taking up all of the slack, and she's in there and she's doing her stuff, and she's happy, and all my numbers are even better. So yes. I'm just so grateful. All right. So our assignment this morning is just to take a moment, maybe close our eyes, and I want you to think of some good news. Good news. What happened this week? I know what Mike's is. What happened this week that is good news? Maybe it's the rain. Okay, you got it? All right, I want you to turn to your neighbor and I want to share good news because that's what we do here. So tell your neighbor what your good news is. We'll take a few minutes. What's your good news? Share. What's your good news? just stand right there and we'll put the camera on you.
Oh, no.
Melissa will turn around.
Okay. All right. Well, I thought this was kind of special, and I want to share it with my family. And you are all my family. My grandson is receiving a Model A today from the Model A Club of Temecula. It's a scholarship. It's sitting in my garage, and we're going to have a little ceremony this afternoon with the club. We will put it on Facebook so you can all see it. But it's pretty cool. It's a 1928 Model A.
Wow. That is good news.
13 years old.
Well, I want to see it here in our parking lot when it's all ready to go. Thank you, Anne. I love good news. Thank you. Thank you all for playing. I think it's important for us to just take a few minutes here together to share with one another and maybe meet a neighbor that I didn't know before. And what a great way to do that with some good news, right? So maybe we'll continue it in the social hall. All right, at this time, we're going to invite Janie up to do our spiritual reading for today. I turn it off.
Today, our spiritual reading is 5 things to remember when creating heaven on earth. And it was written by Sylvia Sala. Creating heaven on earth transpires through your embodiment. As your spiritual light turns on, you show others how it looks and feels. Your guide and the guide of others is there by mastering yourself. Your frequency and your actions speak on your behalf. It's through the embodiment that you become the highest version of yourself. And it will be your message, sometimes silent, sometimes clear and loud, and sometimes just being. So these are 5 keys to remember when stepping into this conscious embodiment. You're powerful. The question isn't whether you have the power. The question is, how do you use the power that you are? Remember, the resources expand as we use them. If your current timeline isn't as you wish, know that you are powerful enough to transmute it. Create and lead from within. Another key aspect of creating heaven on earth is to lead from within. Leading and creating from within means that you find clarity on the inside. And once you find that clarity, you move within it. You move as it. You become a leader by leading yourself, listening and being that small voice of intuition. Stay centered. Being in your power and leading yourself happens through staying centered. When we're centered, the energy from the soul and the higher self can flow through us uninterrupted. The more that light moves through us, the faster we create heaven on earth. Standing in our center allows us to choose the shades and flavors and colors of collective energy that may be far rarer than those we're accustomed to. Being centered means that you're one with yourself, that all parts of your infinite being are communicating, exchanging, seamlessly flowing into each other. Number 4, dissolving the old templating. Another crucial step in creating heaven on earth is dissolving the old template. We've been collectively moving through the layers of old, shared, and individual templating. Now it's our turn to burst out, to be that newness, to be that freshness, that opening, that growth that we've been waiting for. And number 5 is including the physical body. That last piece of creating heaven on earth that I'd like to share with all of us. It is that physical body that spiritually is open. It is that place in the mind where we share, where we are one, we are peace. And as we birth heaven on earth, we need space in our bodies to hold the frequency and light that shines brilliantly down through all of our lives, outwardly and because of us. And so it is.
And so it is.
All right, so it's time for our musical gift with Joanna, Mike, and Jim. Quick announcement. I believe Joanna and Mike are going to be performing at the end of the month. I have it on the slide. I think it's the 28th. Do you want to talk a little about that?
Yeah.
Let's share the good news.
So, the 28th, I have a band, and it's not called Joanna Pearl Band, but that's what we're referring to it as. So it's Joanna Pearl, but it's we're going to be performing at Bailey's, and Mike is on the keys, so it's amazing, guys. So that's going to be on the 28th at Bailey's in the evening at 7 p.m.
Wonderful. All right. Please join me in welcoming Joanna, Mike, and Jim.
Oh yeah, quick question.
Yeah.
Can I share my good news for the week?
Yes.
Because it has to do with something you spoke about.
Oh, okay. Good.
Remember
Yes, please share.
your money talk
Yes.
for the glasses?
Oh, yeah.
Remember
That's
that?
right.
So that gave me the courage to, dig deep and pay off all my debt, and so all of it's paid off as of yesterday. So it was, this song is Colors of the Wind, and it's obviously in the Pocahontas song. And I was thinking, I'm like, what does it mean to paint with all the colors of the wind? Yeah, right? And I'm sitting here looking at these here. So that's a good example. To live out loud and be those things that are on there.
Yes.
You think you own whatever land you land on. That earth is just a dead thing you can claim. But I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name. You think the only people who are people are the people who look and think like you. But if we walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew, you never knew. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon? Or ask the grinning woodland why he grinned? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountain? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Come run the hidden trails of the forest. Come taste the sun-sweet berries of the earth. Come roll in all the riches all around you. And for once, never wonder what they were. The rainstorm and the river are my brothers. The heron and the otter are my friends. And we all are connected to each other in a circle and a loop that never ends. How high does the sycamore tree grow? If you cut it down, then you'll never know. And you'll never hear the wolf cry to the blue corn moon. And whether we're white or copper skin, we need to sing with all the voices of a stand still, and all you'll own is earth and still. You can paint with all the colors of the wind.
I say this every time. It's never going to get old. She gets me every time. This one. All right, get my white stand out. Well, you guys see, I get my white stand out. It gives you time to exit. Oh, gosh, that was so beautiful. So beautiful. I know, right? I know. When I hear that, I think, you know, I'm not a weirdo. The otter is my friend. You know? The tree, the sycamore tree is my friend. So thank you for that, all of you. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So this year we're living out loud. Centers for Spiritual Living, our yearly theme is living out loud. We're going to say that a lot. Every month is going to be ways to live out loud just a little bit more. This month we're rooting into what we know. Last week we talked about the universal song, which is that song we just heard with Joanna. I mean, that's it, right? It's the everyone, everything is our friend. We're connected. And today I want us to think into our own internal song. What we have to say, what we have to sing. The books I'm using today are Living the Science of Mind by Dr. Ernest Holmes, the founder of Science of Mind and Spirit, what we do here, our thing. I'm also quoting from Henry Nouwen. He is a beloved friend of Father Richard Rohr. He is also a father in the Catholic tradition, and this book is crazy good. It's Life of the Beloved, leaning into our chosenness and being a beloved. And I'm also going to refer to the Hidden Gospel, which is one of my favorites. It's the Aramaic translation of the Bible. So what we read in the English translation, hint, hint, is not necessarily what was spoken in Aramaic. So we're going to explore that a little bit today, too. Just something to think about. Something to think about. So I want to start again with the quote I had last week from Mitch Albom, which is, God sings, we hum along, and there are many melodies, but it's all one song. One same wonderful human song. So I want to begin with, what are we telling ourselves? What are we humming? What are we humming? And so I'm going to start with a joke.
Oh, good.
Okay, because it's our self-talk. It's what we say to ourselves. So there's a surgeon, and he's about to perform his first surgery. The patient's lying there on the surgical table, waiting for the anesthesiologist, and the doctor grabs the patient's hand, takes a deep breath, and he says, "Don't worry, Richard. It's not a big deal. Just a few cuts here and there, and all done in less than an hour. Tonight, you'll rest, you'll watch the football game, and you'll forget all about this." And the patient looks at him and says, "My name's not Richard." And he says, "Oh, I'm just talking to myself." And I have some funnies that we'll put up. One is Daffy Duck. Of course I talk to myself. Sometimes I need expert advice. And this is my favorite. Talking to yourself is a sign of genius. At least that's what I keep telling myself. Because we have that internal song playing, right? We talk and chatter with ourselves. And I think a lot of times my chatter is not life-affirming. I'm listening to all the other buzz, all the other frequencies out there that are surrounding us all the time. And I forget my inner voice, my inner internal song that's unique to me. There's how many internal songs right here in this room right now? We each have our own song. And when it's in the collective, we make a beautiful melody, but we just have to see through any discord, any off tune that we might think it is, but in back of it is the beautiful harmony of the universe. And it takes all of us, all of our unique internal songs, to add to the universal song to make it perfect. We're all necessary. So Henry Ford says, if you think you can, or you think you can't, you're right. It's what we're doing up here. If I think I can, I can. If I think I can't, I can't. So speaking well of myself, knowing my truth, listening to the truth of my being, and making time for it, making space for it, that's good self-care. To remember. Because when I watch the news, when I hear stuff, when I'm out and about, right? I was at Olive Garden last night and I was so hungry. And I was like behind the lady at the counter, like, are you serious right now? You know, I mean, I forget. We're human. We have we have all the aspects in us, right? I'm here to love all of it. And then forgive myself when I'm toe tapping, right? And I'm maybe not at my best self. Because it's still my own internal, beautiful song. And it's right and perfect for me. So we begin by learning the truth about who we are. Do we know who we are? If I came up to you in the social hall, could you give me your elevator pitch, right? That's the 3 minutes, right? That you could tell me what your song is. What's your unique, living out loud song? Because I think we have to focus on it. We have to remember it. Because it's an inside job. It's not an outside job. There's so much chatter out there. It's an inside job. And we have to give ourselves time and space to reflect on it. I like from Matthew 6:6 from Scripture. You might be familiar with this one, but they say this. When thou prayest, go enter into thy closet. I used to have a hard time with closet. Enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut the door, pray to thy Father, which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. So go into the closet and pray is a big verse from Scripture. Go into the closet and pray. Well, when you look at the Aramaic, which is the language of Jesus, the Christ, and how he may have said it in his own language, it's rephrased like this. When you want to lay yourself open for the divine, like a canopy that projects a shadow from the divine heat and light into your soul, then go into your inner place, to that story or symbol that reminds you of the sacred. Close the doors of your awareness to the public person you think yourself to be. Pray to the parent of creation with your inner sense, with the outer senses turned within. Right? It's a little different. I choose personally to believe this. I love Scripture. It is the foundation of my upbringing. I am a good Lutheran girl at the center of my being. But when I read the Scripture, and then I hear this from the Aramaic, close the doors of your awareness to the public person you think yourself to be. Pray to the parent of creation with your inner self. That speaks to me, right? That's the poetry that I think Christ consciousness is. Dr. Ernest Holmes says, never listen to what you are saying, but say what you are listening to. Say what you are listening to. So what is that? How do you connect with your inner song and then speak from that place? Pray without ceasing. say what you are listening to, what you're hearing. For me, I take a walk and I commune with my tree. That's really my sacred space. And we're living out loud, and so this is my moment, right? I know there's people driving by in their cars at 6:30 in the morning. They're like, is that lady okay? I'm with my tree. But I feel what I feel with my tree. And when I'm living out loud, I do it, and I don't worry about that car passing by or that woman walking her dog who might be looking at me like, that lady's strange. But, that's my time. That's my space. It's my thing. So I encourage us to think about, what is it that feeds you? Is it drumming? Is it taking a walk? Is it playing the bass? What is it that feeds you? Do more of that. Do more of that. Be brave about it. Live out loud. Don't worry. Don't worry about the chatter. Because when we live from that, when we commune with that secret place, when we go to the closet and we move into a secret place that we know, that's our God voice. And when we connect with it, fills our bucket, and we can move out into this world of which we call effect, right? All of this stuff, which science is proving more and more. I'm not going to go into quantum physics, but it's stuff outside of ourselves. And when we can move into this space with knowing our joy, knowing what we're filled up, we can sing out loud our own internal song, and we don't care who is looking at us, who might be judging us, we're going to live out loud. I want us to listen to the trees, to the waves, to the birds, to a cat purring. Oh, a cat purring. St. Francis says that's the best medicine. I like it. A dog in your lap, right? To remember the truth. We understand, here at Science of Mind and Spirit, we understand that we are a collection of personal experiences, thoughts, and also the collective consciousness. When I say collective consciousness, that's every person, every soul who has been on this planet, and maybe beyond, has placed their internal song into the ethereal atmosphere that we are connected to, and we tap into that, and we don't even know it. All of that is out there. It's a lot. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on here. So we have to give ourselves time and space to really tune into who we are. Make it a priority. One of my friends says it's a non-negotiable. My walk in the morning and communing with my tree is a non-negotiable for me. I do it. Find whatever that practice is for you to connect and make it your non-negotiable. That's my time. Ernest Holmes says this: the power to live is within the self, implanted by the divine. Ultimately, every man or woman will realize their inner kingdom, which will become to them as the tree of life, providing food, shelter, perfection, and joy. The tree of life for us is our internal song. And when we're connected with our song, I promise you, life is easy. I am not kidding. When you are connected, you are in the flow, life is easy. It is not hard. We make it hard with this frontal lobe. When we are connected and we know and we're living our life out loud and we're connected to the source, life moves with a flow, even when we don't even understand. When we don't understand, because I'm not discounting that things can get hard and we have challenge. But when you're connected with your inner song, you can move through those moments, like we talked about last week, of being in the spin cycle, right? We're in the spin cycle right now, and there's disorder. But I'm going to move through it and move into a place of order again and peace. And you can move through those moments a little bit easier when we're here together and when we're connected to our internal song. We remember, remind ourselves. And all faith traditions propose this same theme. It's within. It's not without. It's not this, right? It's not anything outside of myself. It's not a symbol. It's within. Heaven is within. And when we're in our internal song, we can create our own heaven. That's that ease and grace where things just unfold, right? And it's not just a parking space. And we have a joke here in Science of Mind and Spirit that, our first thing is to manifest a parking space. But it gets much bigger than that. All of our needs are met. Remember what Dr. Ernest Holmes says, the tree of life, providing food, shelter, perfection, and joy. It's much bigger than that when we're really in the flow of our own song. I like this from David Riccio. To believe we are made in the image of God is to hear ourselves called to live in loving connection with all beings. To believe we are made in the image and likeness of God. So can we see ourselves as an individualized aspect of spirit, an individualized song? And, can I recognize the internal song of another without judgment? Okay, honesty moment. I have judged lots of people's songs. I've been like, oh, that song does not resonate with me. I'm not digging that vibration. But you know what? What I've learned is with patience, with peace, with compassion for myself, I give it some time, and I'm like, I dig that song. I like that song. And now I've made a new friend, even though when I first met them, I didn't get them. I was in total judgment. I'm like, oh yeah, don't get them. And now they're like one of my closest people. It's truly amazing. It's compassion. To hear their song in a whole and holy way. And I may not get it at first, but I can just be with it. And then it starts to grow on you. I think there's songs on the radio too, the same way, right? I hear a song and I'm like, ooh, Nate's playing a song. I'm like, oh yeah, whatever. But then 2 months later, I'm like, oh yeah, I dig that song. That's kind of cool. Because Ram Dass says, when you know how to listen, everybody is the guru speaking to you. It's right here, always. Guru, 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 guru. Gurus, all right in front of me, speaking to me. So let's be seen. Can we walk authentically, bravely, to be seen in all of our wonderful glory? Yes. Say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. Yes. Tuning in, remembering, what's my song? It's different than Susie's song. That's okay. But my song. And living it more fully, speaking it, being it, radiating it. Living in harmony with myself and one another. And you know what happens then? We create heaven on earth. That is the truth of what Science of Mind and Spirit is dedicated to creating heaven on earth. One person at a time. David Riccio says this again. He says, a saint is an ordinary person who is animated by extraordinary love. A saint is also someone dedicated and focused on the issues that make love concrete. We're all saints. All of us. Because we're here. We're doing the work. We're going to class. We're coming here. We're remembering. I know you probably get tired of me barking at you every Sunday about remembering, but that's when you still show up. You show up and you come to learn, to be open and curious about yourselves. And I honor that. You're all gurus to me. Those of you online, thank you. You're showing up. You're watching. You're listening. You're open. You're curious. Let's do the work and continue to become more saintly, because when we do that, right, one person at a time, you're influencing 20 to 30 people that you don't even know about at work, at Starbucks, at Joanne's, name the place. You are radiating your own individual song and showing other people the way too. How glorious is that? We do it together. So let's let go of any false belief that we think our song is strange or wrong. It's not. From one of my favorite songs from Barbra Streisand, Woman in the Moon. I'm looking at Joanna. Strange is not wrong, not in my song. Strange is not wrong, not in my song. So can we all be dedicated to living out loud in such a way that we embody this extraordinary love that is the saintly way, right? Extraordinary love. And remember what Henry Ford said, you can or you can't. Either way, you're right. So let's say we can. Living out loud means what to us? I'd like for you to contemplate it. Hearing our internal song means what to us? I want you to contemplate it. I want you to talk about it in the social hall together. I want you to ask, what's your internal song? And tell each other. Because just like we did the good news, when we speak it out loud, there is a power in the words flowing out of our mouth. There's power there as the tongue formulates the words. And when you say it out loud, you embody it a little bit more. So let's practice that together today. Because I want us to ask ourselves, what difference can it make when we see ourselves as an individualized aspect of spirit? What difference can it make? I'm telling you, I'm here to say, it makes a big difference. And I want us to all do it. I love you, and so it is.
Thank you.
Let's welcome together Mike and Judy back up here.
So there's a whole year, a whole calendar year, 12 months, 52 weeks, 24 hours in a day, 526,000. We want to know how you're going to spend it, right?
Measure a year in daylight.
Celebrate, remember again, remember all the days. Remember the, oh, you got to remember the love. Oh, you know it's a gift from up above. Share love, give love, spread in love. Measure your life in love. Measure your life in love. Oh man. Okay, we're done. Thank you. Holy cow. Living out loud.
Yes.
Living out loud. All right. It is our time of service for our opportunity to participate in sacred giving. So I ask our ambassadors, our guests, to come up. Thank you, beloveds. Thank you. I'm so grateful. Thank you for saying yes. So this is our time where we can give our gifts, our offering, our tithes, whatever we want to call it. It is that magic moment where we get to participate in the giving and the receiving, because we keep saying we're in this together. It's a circle. We are, it's a uniformed, never-ending circle. And how we talked about it being easy, I promise you, it gets easy when you open up to Spirit and you say yes and you participate. You say, yes, I am chosen and I am a beloved and I'm giving. What we do here, what we give to this center, provides us to do what we do here. Teach classes, give out into our local community, which we do. We are a tithing center. We give back every month to our community. And so that's important for us. So I just say thank you. I have deep gratitude for all the gifts, because we do it together. It's all of us together. So let's just take a moment and think about that. Just be grateful that we're participating in whatever way, with our time, our talent, our treasure, and honor it. Say thank you, and say yes. Yes to life. Yes to this gift. Yes to the divine communion. I'm grateful. Thank you. I'm grateful. And so let's join together in our affirmation of abundance together, right? Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am prosperous now. Thank you.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need.
Thank you. Kelly, do you want to come up? We're going to do announcements. So my goal is to be off of here more. I know you love me. But I want to invite those in our community, because we come. We are in this together, and I really want us to lean in together. And so if there's anybody who wants to participate with the ambassador program with announcements, I say yes. So Kelly is going to lead us in our announcements today. Thank you, Kelly. Yes.
My voice is not that loud.
All right. Is it on? Make sure. There you go. Just hold that back until the green light.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, great. Okay, so we will kick off announcements by communicating that we are having our CSL education class with Beth Haas, and Reverend Charlene is going to be launching a new class next Sunday. So this is the spiritual principles and practices using the book This Thing Called You by Ernest Holmes. It's going to be a 5-week course. Sorry, it's starting Tuesday, February 7th. Apologize. Tuesday, February 7th, and there is a sign-up sheet on the information table outside, and it's also a sign-up on the website. We are also starting, this is the one that's next week, January 22nd. Beth Haas is doing a vision board course. This is going to be held next Sunday after service from 1 to 4 p.m. So you can join us celebrating together, creating your own vision for 2023. Reminder just to save all of your gently used magazines. You can bring that to help with your vision board. And next Saturday, I will be taking our hiking group. We're going to, because all the hiking trails obviously are flooded at this time, we're going to go to the San Diego Botanic Garden. And it is a commute, so we are encouraging carpooling. If you would like to join us, we are going to meet at the Starbucks parking lot on Winchester Road at 9:45 a.m. Otherwise, you can meet us there at 11 a.m. and we will go through the garden. I do encourage, if you want to join us for that event, purchase your admission tickets online prior to the day, just because there may not be spaces available. So admission tickets, adult prices are $18, senior tickets are $12. We are continuing with our Change for Good fundraiser. This is a great opportunity for special focus on youth education. So bring in your spare change or mail a special donation, which supports the Kickstart of Youth Education Program. So we're going to be setting up in our kids' corner of the social hall. And this donation will support education materials and fun supplies. Super Bowl. So as we've done in years past, our Super Bowl is an opportunity for you to bring in your canned goods. You can bring in cans of soup, stew, chili to the center now through Super Bowl Sunday, February 12th. We are participating in a fun competition with other centers for spiritual living and providing nourishment for those in need. Then there's also an announcement about the Science of Mind monthly magazine. So,
Oh, yeah. Sorry, you had
oh, I'm so sorry. Yes.
That's okay. No, you had it.
No,
Reverend
Michael, yes, if you'd like to make that announcement.
Come on. No, you're fine. It's all good. We want the expert to announce this.
Oh, boy. Okay. This is
Thank you.
such a blessing. When I discovered the church in '91 in Fullerton, it was like my search had ended for finding a church. I found home. And this continues to be my home, I'll tell you. And this magazine helps me to stay focused on that. Because this magazine, I saw it laying on the table, I picked it up and looked at it, and it's just what I needed. It has a daily guide, so that when you do your prayers during the day, it has a guide that can guide you. But it also has articles by Ernest Holmes. They dig into the archives and find his sermons and whatever he wrote. And they share it with us even now, and it's such a blessing. They even have a Bible study by Rocco Irico, and from the Aramaic, he translates it from the original language. And it makes more sense. And he has it in here every month. Now, we're running a special, okay? Today, we have these flyers, these things out on the table. And if you pick one up,
Use your microphone.
there you go.
Use your microphone.
You pick one up, you put your name on it. Oh, you pick it up, and I get so excited up here. You pick it up and put your name on it. And we're going to have a drawing. 7 blessings will take place today to 7 people that sign one of these and put it into the basket in the social hall, and you'll get your first year free.
Wow.
Okay? Now, if you don't win, you can still be a winner by going for the magazine. It's only $29 a month.
No,
A year. $250 a month. That's less than 10 cents a day. I mean, it's fantastic. What a bargain. Everybody's looking for a bargain?
Yes.
There it is. Isn't it? Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Reverend Michael. Yes, it's as a gift from our practitioners. We are giving away 7 annual subscriptions. So if you're interested, hey, what a great way to participate in your non-negotiable, right? Where you do the Science of Mind and Spirit magazine. It's a great spiritual practice. So I encourage you to go to the social hall after service, and we'll do a little giveaway. It'll be fun. All right, so we are coming to the time where we're going to close service, and we're going to do our affirmative healing prayer or treatment together. But I wanted to say a special blessing. On Friday, in our local community in Lake Elsinore, I'm going to do this. Deputy Sheriff Darnell Calhoun made his transition in the line of duty. He went to a call in Lake Elsinore to support a family who is possibly in the turmoil and challenge of domestic violence, and he was shot and killed. The Calhoun family actually owns a restaurant in Murrieta, Texas Barbecue, so they are a local beloved family. Barb Murray created this beautiful flower, thank you Barb, flower donation in honor of Deputy Sheriff Darnell Calhoun. And I want to honor this also and pass it on. I want our own Sandy, where are you, Sandy? To take this flower arrangement home with him today, because Sandy has been involved in the law enforcement community for many, many years. He is a volunteer police officer, and he goes out on patrol and serves our community, our local community, every week, I believe. He goes out, he supports new volunteers, he trains them. We love you, Sandy. I just want to honor you by saying thank you for all that you do in the law enforcement community. I love you. So as we come together in consciousness, what we do matters here. So as we come together in consciousness, let's just hold the Calhoun family in our hearts. Let's just know together, God, that power and presence that I know is love, the never-ending, everlasting love that calls us. We are the beloveds. We are exceptional. And I know that we come together in consciousness to know more love, to sing our internal song, to add to the symphony, the harmony that is the universal song. And as we hold and know more love for ourselves and for one another, it bathes the entire planet to participate in creating heaven on earth. And so I just know that if there is any space within any of us that is feeling sadness, is feeling incomplete, is feeling strange, I just know and affirm that strange is not wrong in our own internal song. We are each exceptions and exceptional. And I know that we lean into this knowing. We proclaim it more and more each day. We live it out loud. And as we do that, we show others how to do it too. And so I bless this community. I say thank you. Thank you for each individual internal song. I'm listening to the harmony that it creates, and I am very pleased. And so with great love and gratitude, I place these words into the universal song where I know the law is listening and says, yes, beloved, yes. Please join me in saying, and so it is. Thank you. I love you all. Enjoy your week. Remember your internal song and sing it just a little bit louder every day. Please go into the social hall and let's have a bite together. Sing with one another. And let's win some good magazines for the year. I love you. And so it is.